Hello, it's been a while. A lot's happened since my last video. Bitcoin hit 82K, Trump won the election, and a bunch of shit is pumping hard. Today I want to talk to you about meme coins, and I am by no means a meme coin expert, but I did want to share with you some thoughts and what I've been observing in the markets. I'll also share with you maybe a couple of my favorite tools that I use to look at meme coins, and also what I've been working on and not working on. Let's get it. All right, so here we are on a new browser. We can go to DexScreener, which is pretty useful for checking out meme coins and just getting contract addies and stuff like that. For example, we can look here. Wu-Tang pumped like crazy yesterday. We also have Fred. Fred is the first convicted raccoon. He's the raccoon who got killed with Peanut the squirrel. If you look at it here, it's Fred entering the Hurley gates. Do I think it'll do well in the long run? I don't know. That's the thing. What I do, my strategy, I know I'm not a good trader. So this is how I trade meme coins. I basically look at what's proven to work already, and then I go in with a bit of size whenever there's a pullback. For example, I'm in all the popular ones like Sigma, MUMU, Billy. I've got some Billy. Billy's up like 20% over the past 24 hours. I've also got FWOG, but FWOG, ooh, so there was a nice pullback. I should buy some, but FWOG I bought early. It was the exception. Why did I buy FWOG early? Because I love the memes. The memes are just next level, and when I love a meme and it resonates with me and everyone's bull posting like crazy, then I'll have a pretty good feeling about it and I will want to buy more. Let's check out how MUMU's doing though. So look at MUMU. We're on Sol, by the way. We're not on ETH. I don't really play on ETH. So MUMU's still dancing. Yeah, only 6% growth in the past 24 hours. So let's go to Twitter and let's go check out FWOG. Look at that. The memes are just next level. Look at this. It's just a FWOG. It's so cute. How do you fade something like this? You don't. And the art is, they're always coming out with new art. Look at this. It's so cute. If a meme makes you feel something, then you should cop. And this makes me feel a lot. It's funny, but it also has like a cute vibe. And if something is cute and funny at the same time, it's gonna hit. And the art is just spectacular. It looks simple, but I bet so much work went into this. If I had a FWOG PFP, I would sport it. Like if my OMB was a FWOG, I would do it. And I'm not even a Solana guy. I just like meme coins, but I like proven meme coins. I don't really, but I do feel like FWOG is a stronger play than MUMU. No offense to my MUMU friends. That's FWOG there. We can look at MUMU. MUMU is pretty funny too. See, MUMU is cute and MUMU is funny, but yeah, so it hits different. I might keep a bit of MUMU. Yeah, I like MUMU too, and I'm waiting for it to pop off. So that's how I play meme coins. I wait for the pullback on proven tokens and then I buy in. If you haven't been following meme coins, there's an investor named Murad who gave a speech at Token 2049 in Singapore a couple months ago, and you should check it out. I'll include the link below. His thesis is pretty simple. It's that meme coins are going to run way harder than utility tokens or dApp tokens or whatever. It's a similar thesis I had to RSIC, the rune on Bitcoin, when I thought, you know what, I better dump my RSIC and swap it over to memes because the price action is contingent on delivery announcements and actually delivering a product. Whereas with memes, it's just going to pump no matter what. And you don't really know the ceiling because the game is speculation. We've seen it with NFTs time and again. As soon as someone delivers a product and ties it to the NFT, the speculative element disappears. It dampens things up, and we don't get much upwards price trajectory afterwards, which is a shame. I mean, look at Bitcoin pump. It's pumped so hard sometimes, and it just doesn't make any sense, but that's okay. Because it's like people buy it for the art and people buy it for the culture, and they love the memes, and they just go along with it, and it's fine. It works. Let's also take a look at BirdEye. BirdEye is an amazing tool that gives you a glimpse of everything. You can use it to trade. So technically, the best way, supposedly, to trade is by using trading bots on Telegram. I have a confession to make. I do use Shuriken trading bots sometimes. I'll include a link below, but I don't really use bots. Sometimes I'll just use Phantom and just copy the CA over, or I'll go to Jupiter and just trade it that way because it's simple and it works for me. So that's how I do it. Oh, Peanut went up 335%. But yeah, if you really want to look at the early tokens, you can check out Pump.fun if you really want to gamble. I'm not much of a gambler. I like to get returns. I don't like to get rugged. I've gotten rugged so many times that I have PTSD. So yeah, that's about how I play these. And of course, if the homies start bull posting about a certain token, I will check it out. That's how FWOG ended up on my radar. That's how I trade meme coins, and so far it's served me well. I've had a lot of painful lessons trading, buying shit that Frank would shill, for example, and getting rugged hard. But yeah, just doing it like this, taking it steady and not chasing every new token has ensured that I'm not someone else's exit liquidity. I just invest in shit that I think will have a better time long term and serve me well, rather than just, hey, let's pump this and see when you can get out with your initial. I'll just buy something I believe in with a little bit of size. That's turned out to be quite a good strategy. All right, before we close, I would like to give you guys an update about what I've been working on and where we go from here. So I was working on a project called Blockheads with a couple people. It did not work out. We ended up refunding everyone, so that's good. A few people didn't want to be refunded. They said, whatever you're working on next, I want to invest in you, so let me roll those funds over. And I said, okay, that's fine. If that doesn't work out, of course, I'll refund those people too. So it really just depends on how much shit I got on my plate. I've got a lot of shit on my plate, but I do want to streamline the YouTube stuff as well. So I am working on a new project. It's called Yakuza Katz. It's exciting. I am exploring the art right now with a few art studios, looking at samples, and I want to make sure it is the best thing I can get out of it, because I do love art and I don't want to just release a quick rug and walk away from it with a bag. I want to create something that I hope contributes positively to the space in some way, whether that's an education play or a gambling game. I don't know. I'm just pulling that out of my ass. What else can I pull out of my ass? I don't know, merch or collectibles, whatever it is. I want it to be good for believers and people who invest. I want to have fun, because if it's not fun, then what's the point? I am working on this by myself mainly. I do have a few founders who are friends, who are basically acting as advisors and trying to help me piece this together in the most sensible way possible. All right, let's talk about video updates for the channel. I want to do this more frequently, and I want to do it on a bigger scale. I want to put out at least several videos a week, so you guys can expect regular updates, whether that's me just scrolling through Twitter and sharing my thoughts, or giving you guys alpha, or whatever it is. I also want to do Twitter lives. I want to do Twitter spaces at least once a week. So as you can tell, it's a lot of work that's going to go into this. I need to have it structured in such a way where I can deliver. So if the editing quality suffers a bit because I want to be more prolific with the content, then so be it. You guys are going to have to expect fewer memes and maybe bit less clean edits, but I will work on this and I will make sure that you guys get what you need, which is primarily information and education and entertainment, or edutainment as they call it. I don't fucking know. So that covers our episode for today. I do hope you gleaned something from my peasant trading strategy. I'm not a great trader, but I have gotten lucky with these plays and I've made quite a bit of money. If you want to get involved with my new project, or you have any suggestions on video editing or on how I can ramp up the volume of the channel, or whatever we discussed today, hit me up. My DMs are always open to the homies. I appreciate every one of you. Also, feel free to read the description and I'll include a few links in there that are helpful, and I'll catch you in the next one. Oh, and if you found this helpful, subscribe. I'm your host, Valerioshi. And as always, you've been watching Degen Reports. Ciao.